I'm told constantly that I'm very transparent, that, I'm upfront. I'll tell you exactly, what I'm thinking, maybe sometimes to a fault, right? With the seller or
Mhm.
with somebody else. But it kind of goes back to the, I'm here to serve and help. I'm not going to be that guy that's putting a memorandum, and jading you and doing something bad to you. It's the fulfillment comes from actually helping. But kind of having that vision, talking about a community, right, and being patient, right.
Mhm.
I've learned more and more over the last couple of years that you just have to be patient, and in case in point, right, is the short sale with the government, right, that you're
Mhm.
working,
Mhm.
right. And that's where it really kind of dawned on me that I do think that a lot of real estate investors have this maybe natural fear, but maybe unhealthy fear, that it's like, I need an answer now. I need to be able to tell the seller this or the mortgage company that. And guess what? The reality of it is, it'll be there tomorrow. It'll
Mhm.
be there the next day. It'll be there the next day. So I've learned a lot, over the last, 18 to 24 months, that especially with the mortgage company on this particular short sale that you're working me through, is it's not going away, right? It's
No.
not just going to dry up and disappear, and the potential
Nope.
profit and that type of stuff. It's not just going to disappear on me tomorrow. And that's where a lot of investors and a lot of guru communities and everything else, they need the support in a group setting, or they need the help in a true mentor style where you've got multiple people that can answer questions and things of that nature,
Mhm.
but they don't know where to turn and where to go, because it's not a one size fits all, right?
Right.
It's action taking. But I can say to a T, since October of last year, working on this FHA short
Mhm.
sale, that at each turn and with each step and everything that I've done, right, it's been exactly it's been exactly as you've prescribed. Getting that internal underwriter to kind of help me through the process and move things along, working through the way everything is done, step by step, all the way to, right, that appraisal, in the workers that are working, on this, the intake people that don't give a shit
Mhm.
about their job, or they don't care about the person that's on the other end of
Mhm.
this particular process,
Mhm.
to the incompetency that just happens, especially when you start involving the government requirements and everything else,
Yep.
would turn most people away. You'd run
Absolutely.
away. However, the sanity that you provide in the step by step, like what I would almost, it seemed to me as some kind of premonition, is it's not, right. You've done it. You've done it for 22 years. You've experienced it. And it's like, how the hell does he know what's happening next? And then you realize, okay, well, now this is another tool that I can add to my quiver, right?
Yep.
Glad I experienced one, the shittiest type, with the
Yep.
government involved in the beginning. And then hopefully this niche, which kind of goes truly back to getting the feedback from the seller. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't know what I was going to do or where I was going to go, and that type of stuff, like that fulfillment of
Mhm.
actually getting thanks for that knowledge and helping somebody through. Even if I'm sitting at the table going, you're welcome, but I wouldn't know what the hell I was doing unless I was getting talked to every other day by William, by somebody who was kind of helping me through the process. She saw me as an authority on it in my
Mhm.
very first
Yeah.
short sale.
Mhm.
Nothing looked any different to her, and I'm
That's
sitting
right.
here kind of just scratching my head going, this stuff really works, right?
Mhm. Yep.
And I think that's the most important thing in a community of action takers, is having the support, right?
Yep.
And being able to have access and taking action. And you and I've talked about it a million times, right? It doesn't make sense, for you to be going and doing one of these 30, 50, 60, $80,000 annual mentorships, and we've seen too much pay for content and pay for courses and that type of stuff. Come back from that 3-day seminar, and 72 hours later, you're like, I'm going back to my old self.
Yep. Yep.
Why?
Well,
Right?
more than anything else, it's here's something that people need to understand. And a lot of this as well, when we're talking about you learn things throughout the course of your life, I've got to say, honestly, a big portion of my approach to business in the first place came from the fact that I grew up with martial arts since the time I was about 5 years old. And it was very disciplined, very rigid, very structured. And we understand that it's a lifestyle. Okay. It's not something you go do. and then you stop doing it. It's something that you do forever. It's an aspect of how you live, you know. And real estate investing, very similarly, you're going to go through phases, go through seasons. A lot of people I meet when they first get into real estate investing, they're all amped up about, doing fix and flips or something. All right.